Hello and welcome back to Dr. Dekker. So I was looking through my first video to find a thumbnail, and there's two things I spotted that I didn't really notice the first time. The first time was that assistant of ours that was talking to us in the beginning. She mentioned she was going to see a Ben, and she made it sound like he was in the hospital. So I'm kind of curious if anyone's going to respond to the name Ben. And then also, the other one is this. So I'll just actually pull it up. I'm not even sure which one it is, but there was a response.
I think you're supposed to tell me what's wrong with me? Isn't that how it works? The police keep picking me.
Alright, I don't think it's that one. I think it is...
I want to stop having the blackouts. I want to stop waking up.
Man, I don't think it's the right one.
I want to remember those entire evenings. You suggest anything that might help?
Trying to find the one where she was talking about the doctor's diagnosis of her.
Dr. Dekker was fine. He had good relationships with his patients as far as I know. I'm not sure why anyone would want him to. When I wake up on the beach,
You think this would be really easy to find?
I do suffer from blackouts.
I also remember she mentioned anxiety.
Dr. Dekker
Here we
thought
go.
I had generalized anxiety disorder. GAD, because of the blackouts. He thought I was breathing badly. Do you think I'm breathing badly?
Alright, that's not it either. Oh my god. It's the one where she referenced that in the first time. She said that's what he originally thought she had. But then he realized something. And that became the new diagnosis. But she doesn't want to tell us what that is. So anyways, the way she said that, I was trying to find it so I could see it again. But the way she said that, it actually, I never even thought about this originally when I was playing, but it gave me the impression of multiple personality disorder. And so she, and which would also explain the blackouts, obviously. So that she would be switching from one personality, and then it's a blackout, and then waking up, afterwards. So I just want to ask about that.
I don't know about that. I don't know. That doesn't...
Okay. I have a feeling that's where it's going. Maybe it's not because she's not responding. Maybe it's just something you can't do in chapter 1. So... Oh, also Ben.
That doesn't mean... That doesn't...
Okay. Alright. Well, that was much more of a waste of time than I thought it would be.
I'm Erin. I'm 25 and I'm a nurse. God, I sound like I'm on one of those dating shows.
What am I supposed to ask about that? Dating show?
I'm really bad at this, aren't I? I don't know.
Wait, she just referenced another show there.
No. No. I work in a nursing home for the elderly. The usual things. Making sure
I said
patients
hospice.
are comfortable, making sure they're not in any pain, and I talk to them. I keep them company. Some of them get pretty frightened about what's coming. Well, those of them that aren't out of it on meds. I comfort them.
Yeah, it's called hospice. But I said hospice and you didn't know what it was. Alright.
Death is frightening, isn't it? Isn't it what everyone's afraid of? The great unknown. No one should have to face that alone. No, death doesn't scare me. It's probably because I've been around it so much, but I haven't seen anything that's made me feel like it's something to fear. I don't think death is an end. I think it's a doorway to another place. I'm just not sure where. Where do you think we go when we die, Doctor? Well, that's bleak, but I don't believe it. No, death doesn't scare me. It's probably because I've been around it so much, but I haven't seen anything that's made me feel like it's something to fear. I don't think death is an end.
What kind of... I mean, unless I'm just going to change my response. That would be weird.
I started seeing Dr. Dekker
She's
a few
been
months
so
ago.
vague about why she's here.
I thought it would be nice.
Like,
to
everyone
see
else
my
has severe problems, and she's just like, oh,
It can get a bit
I'm a
stressful
little
sometimes.
stressed. Not really, though. Maybe I can find the contradiction here.
It can be sad sometimes. I don't like
I'm
losing a
pointing out to her.
patient, but that's the job. I don't get stressed about it or anything. It's not the job that stresses me.
Oh,
It's
there we
the
go.
people I work with, the other nurses. They're mean to me.
Oh. Nice, there we go. Finally, I noticed that contradiction right away, but I guess that's before I knew you could point them out.
They call me the angel of death.
Oh, God.
Because so many patients have died on my shift.
Wow.
I don't think they mean it. Obviously, it's not my fault. It just seems to happen that way.
Oh, my God. Is she killing her patients? Because everyone else seems so normal. Maybe she is. Oh, my God. I mean, everyone else is, like, severely problem, and she just doesn't seem like she has anything severe. Oof.
They're old. People die when they're old. I mean, medically speaking, it's heart failure, or organ failure, or pneumonia. They're all natural causes, though.
How do you spell it?
I feel really bad. I can't answer.
Should I say them all? That'd be really weird to keep getting different responses. I mean, that's not how conversations work. She asks you a question, you give an answer, there's one.
I've known a lot of doctors over the years. I'd really like to be able to answer. I've known a lot of doctors over the years. Most of them arrogant idiots who think nurses are just there to do their bidding, or worse. Dr. Dekker was different. He had a lot of time for me. He was interested in my problems. I haven't really got any.
Oh,
I'm not really looking. The usual things.
Oh.
The usual things. Making sure the patients are comfortable. I don't like it when patients are heavily sedated, especially when there are alternatives, like herbal remedies. I mean,
what?
Imagine if you only had a few days or weeks left to live. Would you want to spend it asleep?
I mean, if they're in severe pain, probably, yeah.
I don't like. I'm a qualified herbalist. It's okay, you can laugh. Most people think herbalism is a joke. But I'd much rather help my patients sleep at night with valerian or passion flower than lorazepam, temazepam, or zolpidem.
Is this why your patients are dying? Because they're refusing to give them medicine?
I don't know. I've known a lot of doctors over the years. Most of them arrogant idiots. No, death doesn't scare me. When someone says afterlife, it just makes me think of wispy figures floating around in a white haze, like you get in those New Age posters. I don't really go for all that. I don't believe in God, so I can't really claim to believe in heaven. Hell isn't real. Whoever came up with that idea has a lot to answer for. I don't really know what that is. Something to do with Vikings.
I feel you. Oh man, what other ones are there? What about reincarnation?
I've never really got the idea of reincarnation. I mean, are you still you? Do you know you're still you? And if not, how does that even work? I feel really bad. They call me the Angel of Death because so many patients have died on my ship. I'm really bad at this, aren't I?
If you can't answer that, you're in trouble.
They call me the angel of death because so many patients have died on my shift.
I could just ask her
I don't think they mean it.
if she denies
Obviously,
medication.
it's not my fault. It just seems to happen that way. They call me the angel. I don't like it when patients are heavily sedated. I don't like it when patients are heavily sedated, especially when there are alternatives, like herbal remedies. I mean, imagine if you only had a few days or weeks left to live. Would you want to spend it asleep? I wouldn't. I'd want to see every sunrise and every sunset. I'd want to feel every breath. Everything gets more vivid near death.
Yeah, including pain. I would like to be awake for sure if I'm not in super pain, but if I'm like, it depends on how bad the pain is, but there's certainly a level where it'd be better to be asleep.
I'd really like to be able to answer.
Oh, so they did take me. So they did take my first answer. That's cool.
I've known a lot of doctors over the years. Most of them arrogant idiots who think nurses... Well, yes, that's true. But still, it was nice to be listened to. I've known a lot of doctors over the years. Most of them arrogant idiots who think nurses are just there to do their bidding, or worse. Dr. Dekker was different.
Worse?
Had a lot of time for me. He was interested in my problems. I'd been seeing him for about 9 months, I think. Dr. Dekker was a strange one. He wasn't what I expected, that's for sure. I had mixed feelings about him. Maybe it's natural to have mixed feelings about your therapist. I mean, you tell them all your secrets, and they have all this power over you. You've got to trust that they know what they're doing. I think Dr. Dekker knew what he was doing. Therapists have power over their patients' mental health, don't they? I mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably really mess me up. It's okay, Doctor. I trust you.
Wow, that's dark. I've never thought about that before. I also majored in psychology in college. I didn't do anything with it, but...
Of course I trusted Dr. Dekker. He was my therapist. Why would I see a therapist I didn't trust?
That's a good question.
Well, yes, that's true. But still, it was nice to be listened to. Well, I haven't really thought about it. Well, my patients listen to me, but then I suppose they haven't got much choice.
Do you keep them awake so they can listen to you?
No.
Is it not Vikings? Alright, let me look this up because there's a dot there. Okay, so it is Norse people.
Oh, well, there you go. You learn something new every day. They call me the Angel of Death because so many patients have died on my shift. I don't think they mean it. Obviously, it's not my fault. It just seems to happen that way. 3 last month. 3 the month before that, I think.
I mean, it's hospice.
But only 1 so far this month, so that's good.
I don't know what's normal for hospice.
One of my patients, Hilda, I don't think she's got long.
Hilda.
She's one of the crotchety ones. Always swearing and spitting at me.
Do you kill the crotchety
Never
ones?
got anything nice to say. Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep or something. She doesn't bother me though. I'm a qualified herbalist. It's okay, you can laugh. Most people think herbalism is a joke. But I'd much rather help my patients sleep at night with valerian or passion flower than lorazepam, temazepam or zolpidem. Traditional medicine makes patients worse sometimes, don't you think? You must see it all the time, doctor. You take 1 pill, then have to take 5 other pills to deal with the side effects. Herbs are kinder. Obviously, you have to be careful, just like with everything. Giving the wrong combination can be deadly. Fortunately, I know what I'm doing.
Oh boy. She went from the most boring to kind of the scariest in some ways, maybe.
I'm Erin. I'm 25 and I'm a nurse. God, I sound like I'm on one of those dating shows. Apparently it's a Welsh name. I'm not Welsh. My mum's into all that New Age stuff and I think she thought it would make me seem more interesting.
Oh, well, you're into New Age stuff too.
New Age, like auras and healing energy.
Okay, that's a little bit more New Age, I
crystals
thought.
and all that. It's not really my thing.
Huh. Well. Should I green everyone? Maybe I should green everyone. Apparently it'll make me crazy, but... Wait, she's not green? Oops.
No, death doesn't scare me. It's probably because I've been around it so much, but I haven't seen anything that's made me feel like it's something to fear. I don't think death is an end. I think it's a doorway to another place. I'm just not sure where. Where do you think we go when we die, Doctor? I haven't really got anything to say. No. I'd really like... No, death death doesn't scare me. It's probably... I don't know. No.
Decision time. Am I going to green every single one, or am I just going to do this? I thought you couldn't believe those before. Huh. I think I'm just going to let it go for right now. I'm not sure if this game is going to, how much replay value there is. I do know I've heard that they randomize, like, who the culprit is. So that could be a thing, but I mean but I don't know if, does that just mean you probably ask all the same questions, and there's just a slight difference and somebody else is the culprit, so like they'll still probably start dropping hints there, and then you could probably just realize that because you played it before and you're seeing differences in a route. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna continue. I may, if I like it enough, I may come through, do it a second time, and then that second time I green everyone.
Oh, Doctor, glad I caught you. I thought you might want to hear what Ben had to say. Quick catch up? That's a good question. I just wish I knew the answer.
What?
I'm not sure Ben will be coming in for a while. He's still pretty shook up about finding the body. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often in the line of work he's in. Anyway, he said he found the body at exactly 20 minutes past 10. For some reason, the first thing he did was look at his watch. That's all he'd say before he'd shut down. The police weren't very talkative either. Sorry, didn't you know? Ben's one of the night shift cleaners. I'm sure he's got some tales he could tell. I can't answer. Sorry, that doesn't mean anything to me. Sorry, Doctor, Sorry. I'm not sure Ben will be coming in for a while. He's still pretty shook up about finding the body. Yes, Ben found Dr. Dekker's body on Valentine's night in his office. In your office.
She's a little weird. I don't know if it's like the actress or she's supposed to be weird, but like some of the ways she says things, it's like, what are you trying to get at? I don't like that weird inflection at the end there. That seems just unnatural.
I don't know what Dr. Dekker was doing here, and my services weren't required that evening. He'd often stay late though, so it wasn't that unusual. I don't know.
Oh my god, she refused to say anything about herself. I'm not sure exactly what her role is. Are you just an assistant? Are you a secretary? Are you a... I don't know.
Yes. Ben found... Yes, you know, the 14th of February, the day of love. Or remembering a massacre. Whichever's more you.
Like, what? This is not how people talk. Like, anybody. Nobody talks like that.
I'm not sure Ben will be coming in for a while. He's still pretty shook up about finding the body. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often in the line of work he's in. Anyway, he said he found the body at exactly 20 minutes past 10. For some reason, the first thing he did was look at his watch. That's all he'd say before he'd shut down. The police weren't very talkative either. The police wanted to know what I was doing Valentine's night, you know, when the body was found. I was at home, all on my lonesome. So I guess that makes me a suspect. He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the patients who had a problem with the treatment they were getting. I wouldn't say we were best friends, but we did spend a lot of time together. There's only two of us that work here. I'm sure we'll become friends too, Doctor. Just try not to get murdered.
Again, who says that? Like, she's like so cold about it.
He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the patients who had a problem. I think the police want you to make a short list of suspects, or maybe even find the killer. You're seeing all the patients that were on the books when he was killed. There was no forced entry, so they think it might be someone he knew, or someone who had access to the office. Like little old me. Do you think I'm a suspect, Doctor?
Yes? But I'm not going to say that to you.
And you barely know me. I'm flattered. They did mention I needed grief counselling, though, and I said you'd sort me out. I know you haven't agreed, but just so you know, it's very kind of you. I'll see you tomorrow. He was stabbed, so that's quite a... I wasn't really in his social circle, so I don't know if he had any friends. In terms of enemies, I heard things get heated in his office sometimes, but I won't name any names.
What do you mean? He's died. Names, name names.
Susan, Annabelle, Melissa, there are some names, but they're not names of anyone I know.
What?
He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the patients who had a problem with the treatment they were getting. It's good that you're asking lots of questions. I'm just not sure you're asking. He was stabbed, so that's quite... I'd like to... He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the patients who had a problem with the treatment they were getting. He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the... I'd like to... He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the patients who had a problem with the treatment they were getting.
Okay.
I'm having a loop day.
No, you're not. Because I remember.
I'm not sure that's the answer I'm looking for. It's a do-over day? You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
Could I get her name? Shit, it did say it. It starts with an S. I don't know. I didn't talk to her enough. I don't remember anyone's name. I didn't remember your name. Start with an S, I think.
I'm not sure that's the answer I'm looking for. It's a do-over day? You won't remember. I'm not sure that's the answer. I'm not sure that's the answer. I'm not sure that's the answer. It's a do-over day? You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
I actually I would guess they're testing you, but it's almost making it sound like we are 100% supposed to know this. Like, come on. I talked to her like once. I don't think I could spell out a single person's name. Like, I'd be able to pick them out of a list. We're not hearing the name enough for it to click yet for me. Thank you.
You didn't know that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
It was like middle school?
Well done, Doctor. Yeah, we met at secondary. Wouldn't it be funny if my day loops if you fail to get a question right? I agree.
What's going on?
I'm having a loop day.
Whoa. So they're gonna make us do it again?
It's a do-over day. You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
Yasa? It's such a weird name. Yasa?
I'm not sure that's the answer. I suppose you did remember that yesterday. Yeah, at secondary school. It's been fun, but I've got a pill. Dr. Dekker gave me this pill. He told me if I took it, I'd never have another loot day. It's got a small skull and crossbones on it. Should I take the tablet, Doctor? You're cool. I don't think this is getting us anywhere, though. I'll see you tomorrow. Again. I'm having a loot day. It's a do-over day. You won't remember it. What's the name of your assistant again? I'm not sure.
Oh my god, I got it wrong again?
I'm not sure.
Jaya.
Well done. Yeah, great. Is there anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me? I never mentioned a pill this time, or a tablet. What the hell is going on here? Are you reliving my days? I'm not sure that's the answer. Something somewhere has changed since you arrived. Like some kind of sim theory. It's a thing. Some professor believes we could be living inside a computer simulation and someone is controlling us. And there are millions of these sims. And someone, somewhere behind a keyboard is just causing havoc. I'm starting to think you have that keyboard, Doctor. Wait, don't answer that. I don't want to know.
This is crazy.
At midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out,
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just...
naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
Ooh. Deja vu. Are you sitting in exactly the same place I left you last night? Oh, that's where it all starts, Doctor. Anyway, do you think you can fit me in today? Looking at the diary, it's just the usual suspects, and you must be getting sick of them already. I've got this for you, too. It's some more footage from Professor Alderby that was hiding away. Well, come find me if you need anything.
Wait. There seems to be an extra person in it, but it's not Yasa. Who are you? Where the hell did you come from? Oh. What? I thought we'd have the same people every day. Alright, well he's we know. Okay. We know her. We know her. Why are these people optional? Found what key points? Am I completely crazy?
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then?
You were in the intro. I didn't think we were gonna see any of the intro people. You were talking about dreams.
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered.
Okay.
Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they? Have they?
Alright, what the hell? It just felt like you gave me like about 10 keywords. Is this because I'm going crazy that there's now other extra people? Alright, you're creeping me out. No, come up. Oh my god. She's creeping me out.
That sounds like something I should know about. But I don't. Sorry, I've...
What is this?
Nothing, of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker? Him, God, the great old one.
Is this me?
The elder god, Cthulhu. However you address him. Listen to me! You're not listening! It's your only bloody job! Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and
I think this is
occasionally
me.
alter to suit his mood. God loves chaos.
Maybe.
But something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered. Without chaos, he has less power. When there's too much order, he becomes impotent.
12 hours.
So he needs to instill chaos again. Do you know how he does this? No. And yes, but you're being too granular. He needs chaos so he can return, and the only thing stopping him is you. Not just you. You and people like you. Psychiatrists, doctors, nurses. Anyone who is caring for people who are losing their sanity. You have no comprehension how important your job is, do you? He doesn't need your version of insanity to spread. He needs chaos. It's not the same. It's just a means to an end. They're not all cultists, unfortunately. Once you see the truth, it's hard not to spread chaos yourself, to cause further insanity and harm your own. I doubt it. But can I make you question your reality? Definitely. But in doing so, I will be promoting more chaos. On the basis the central component of our universe is chaos, science can only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time. As, by definition, chaos is unpredictable from one moment to the next. Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world, no matter how much chaos that would cause. In 10 seconds' time, there will be no gravity in this room, and we will float. 3, 2, 1. You think nothing happened. Where's your glass, Doctor?
Hello? What? Oh boy.
Have you been listening to me? I don't know. I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then? Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered. 80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police. They slit her throat with a bread knife.
What?
So I started a neighborhood watch.
Oh my god, she's creepy.
I suppose I could tell you. Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live. Keep asking. Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live. No, I can't.
What?
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. If they want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes. Poor Agnes. She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth. It killed them. It looks normal enough. A smartly dressed, door-to-door saleswoman. I know because I heard my other neighbours shout at her. No Jehovah's! They think anyone knocking is a Jehovah. But she said she was selling double glazing.
I think talking to her is gonna make me crazy. Like in the game. Like, you don't even need to do them. Do I want to go fully crazy? I don't know if that's something I want.
I'm Jasmine. I don't come in that often. What happened to Dr. Dekker? When you see a painting, it stands still. When I see one, it's moving, like a mini film, like little vines. But when there's a person in the painting, they watch me, normally disapprovingly. Because they don't think I know how to appreciate art, because I'm too young.
What?
Oh. When? How? Sorry, you probably don't know, do you? We had a display in the gallery based on Love Conquers All, so I had to work. Mainly it was a collection of giant hearts sat on things, but I ran into another patient, Bryce. I'd never really spoken with him before, but he's quite an art critic. I couldn't get rid of him until I finished work at 11. There's actually another guy, takes over on the night shift.
Wait.
I'm not sure if he kept talking to Bryce though. Providence is open 24 hours.
Alright, I'm so lost right now.
We had a display in the gallery.
Why does she
based
work at a
on
gallery with
Love
her
Conquers
condition?
All, so I had to work. Mainly it was a collection of giant hearts sat on things, but I ran into another patient, Bryce. I'd never really spoken with him before, but he's quite an art critic. I couldn't get rid of him until I finished work at 11. There's actually another guy, takes over on the night shift. I'm not sure if he kept talking to Bryce though.
Providence is open 24 hours.
Bryce, Providence.
I don't really. That's not. I really. Nope.
There's not much to tell. I knew he was a patient.
Oh
here.
crap.
I'd seen him in the waiting room a couple of times.
I just realized my
He likes art
keyboard is sitting right next to the mic again.
and talking and looking down here instead of up here.
Sorry about that. So it's probably been really loud this video. I'll try to remember not to do that. It's not something I'm used to though.
Oh. Ouch. I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now.
What?
Who told you to ask that? I honestly don't know.
I did.
When you see a painting, it stands still. Beats me. No, sorry. When you see a painting, it stands still. When I see one, it's moving, like a mini film, like little vines. But when there's a person in the painting, because they don't think I know. Yes, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't be working in an art gallery. I love art. I love paintings. Like I said, they move for me.
So she likes that. She just doesn't like people staring at her. Okay.
Ouch. I didn't really know him that well.
Oh.
Ouch. I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now. When you see a painting, when you see a painting, it stands still. When I see one, it's moving, like a mini film, like little vines. But when there's a person, that's not something. When I want them to normally, when I want to really get inside what's going on. But some paintings, I can't stop. I've been working on portraits, at home, outside work. But my paintings aren't so good, nowhere near Providence standard. I painted a man, Dorian, you know, after Dorian Gray. I wanted to try and capture someone aging, so I divided the face into thirds and painted a boy, his father, and his grandfather in each third. It was hideous. And it started talking to me. I don't... Beats me. That I'm ugly. That I have no talent. Nothing will become of me. Is that true, Doctor? I hear it so many times in that wretched painting. It's in my head. But thank you. Ouch. I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now. He was shy, and then less so. When I told him about my problem, he told me to set fire to it. Yeah, he could have been more specific. I tried to set fire to Providence. At that time, I thought the only way to fix my problem was to set fire to the entire art gallery. Several paintings didn't make it. Luckily, my boss didn't press charges. The police did arrest me, though.
Right, I forgot. They mentioned that in the intro.
My boss, Petra, she's just lovely like that. Providence has gone through some tough times, and I've only been there a year. She invested her life savings, and it's still not making any money. Such a sweet lady. You'd do anything for her.
You didn't answer my question at all.
My boss, Petra. Dr. Dekker told me to burn it. It was nothing to do with Petra. My boss, Petra. She's just lovely like that. Providence has gone through some tough times, and I've only been there a year. She invested her life savings, and it's still not making any money. Such a sweet lady. You'd do anything for her. Yeah, he could have been more specific. He was shy, and then less so. I don't really know. Yeah, he could have been more specific. I tried to set fire to Providence. At that time, I thought the only way to fix my problem was to set fire to the entire art gallery. Several paintings didn't make it. No, sorry. My boss, Petra. She's just lovely like that. Providence has gone through some tough times, and I've only been there a year. She invested... I don't really have...
Huh.
He was shy, and then less so. When I told him about my problem, he told me to set fire to it. Nope.
ripped up the painting. It screamed as I cut it. And now whenever I close my eyes, I can see it, hear it. I need the tablets, Doctor. I need them. The temazepam, the sleeping tablets. The ones you gave me last time.
The ones that I gave you?
Who told you to ask that? The temazepam, the sleeping tablets. I really... Dr. Dekker gave them to me. They help.
You said you.
I know it's in my head. I know paintings can't talk. What's wrong with me, Doctor? Why do I do this?
Honestly, it sounds like you have schizophrenia. That would be my guess. But then again, we're getting like Cthulhu references and stuff, so who knows what's going on. Maybe in this world this stuff happens.
I don't really... I really don't. Dr. Dekker gave them to me. They helped. I know it's in my head. I know paintings can't talk. What's wrong with me, Doctor? Why do I do this?
Oh, that doesn't. It doesn't have dots.
Dr. Dekker gave
No,
them
this
to
one
me.
does.
They helped.
You said you.
The temazepam, the sleeping tablets. Nope. Who told you to ask that? I don't really...
What? She lacks confidence, so therefore she sees paintings as moving?
Thank you, Doctor. I'll think about that. And the prescription, please? That's not something... No. Why are you saying that? I don't even know if Petra has insurance.
Okay. Whew. I would cleared her. I may clear her, but like everything she's saying is so crazy and disjointed. And also she's creepy. I'm less likely to do it. I'm more interested in some of these other ones. That seem a little more supernatural. Where she just literally seems insane. But, okay, I'm gonna end this video here. Till next time.